Hey yo, what is going on, guys? dbzmando signing on here. And so, I have watched the episode 4 of Kenobi, and I gotta say, it was an episode. So, to get started, a spoiler warning, obviously. Let's get right into it. So, Kenobi, we went ahead, part 4, we went ahead and picked up where we left off. Kenobi went straight into back to tank after being recovered, so that was pretty cool. He's got all these singes on his arm. He's got to go get Leia, because apparently, remember in the last episode they got separated from Leia, so he has to go get Leia. And this episode, in all honesty, was a little, it was okay, sort of, It was a little goofy, I will say. So, we picked up where we left off. Kenobi's in the back to tank. He then sees a starting group of the Rebel Alliance. Ice Cube's son, I forget what the actor's name is. We got to see him in this episode. That was pretty cool. He's, like, part of the Resistance. And so, they went in to go get Leia, who's being interrogated. They actually were in the Inquisitor temple, or the Inquisitor's, like, headquarters, and that was cool to see. I was getting, like, the entire time they were in that facility, I was getting, like, nostalgia vibes from Fallen Order, 'cause when we had gone in there last time, and that was pretty dope. I was getting those Fallen Order vibes, and I was getting a little giddy. I'm not gonna lie, just because I remember we had explored the base back in that game, and that game was a blast. So he's back there. He's trying to sneak in. Fortunately for him, the person he works with she hasn't been found out yet, so she's still good with the Empire. So as she's going in there, Leia's being interrogated. She's very strong in resisting Reva, and is continued to be interrogated until Reva puts her into the torture device. I remember that device. That device is in the center of the room. That was the same room from Fallen Order, back when they were being tortured. What's her name was being tortured, and her apprentice as well, to be turned, into Inquisitors. Sheer, I think, is her name. If not, I'll put text of what it actually was, what actually her name was. But anyway, I'm getting off topic. We continue there. We actually get to see Kenobi as he's exploring this place. It's nice. We get a little bit more lore to the temple, as not all Jedi they find were turned into Inquisitors. We actually see, I don't know if those Jedi are dead or just encased, because we see like a tomb, and it's just all these Jedi frozen in, or whatever, like in trophies. It's kind of creepy. That was probably probably honestly my very favorite part. But yeah, you just see all these Jedi, and now I know I don't want to, and it's because I watched Clone Wars recently, and I recognized it. One of them I only recognized one of those Jedi, and that was because I remember seeing him in that Ahsoka episode, and where he was just super slow, and from Ahsoka when she lost her lightsaber. And also, but that wasn't the first thing that came to mind. Actually, that just came to mind right now when I was talking about him. He also showed up in, for a split second, when Anakin was fighting Barra Safi's apprentice, because he's got a white lightsaber. So cool. But he's the only one I recognize. I didn't recognize anybody. They even had a youngling in there, which was that was pretty morbid. So that was creepy. And then we get to see Obi-Wan use his lightsaber. I don't know if Stormtrooper armor just more durable than a lightsaber, because it was taking a couple of swings for him to kill those Stormtroopers. It was a little weird. But then again, their armor could be just that much more durable. He then frees Leia, and then we are getting out of there. Now, it was a little goofy where he's hiding Leia under his cloak and nobody notices. So I'm just like, okay, I'm glad the Empire's just full of a bunch of idiots. And then Reva comes out. They're surrounded. Some snow speeders show up and just obliterate the place, and they get out of there with the unfortunate demise of Wade. Wade was the biggest character ever in this episode, and we lost him. It really sucked. Rest in peace for Wade. And then after that, Vader shows up. Vader just comes in, holds Reva, and says, "Listen, I don't accept failure. I tell you what happens." And I was like, "Oh God, Vader's about to kill her or something." And no, he just lets her go, because she said she put a tracking beacon on them, which we did see was in Leia's little droid. And he lets her go, which was weird. Which I understand him letting her go, but that was it. Usually I thought he was gonna I don't know, cut off a limb or kill a trooper and saying, fail me one more time, and that will be you, or it'll be worse. Something Vader-esque. I felt like he was maybe a little too lenient, but that could just be me. And then the episode ends there. So, what did I like about the episode? I liked the tomb scene. That had my stomach churning, and that was very intense and morbid and creepy, and just, yeah, you just see all these Jedi just frozen in tombs. I don't even know if they're alive. It's crazier if they're alive, just frozen. But if they're dead and just kept as like that as trophies, ugh. Man, that was creepy. Then what else did I like? Seeing Kenobi use his lightsaber was pretty cool. Sort of. And then also just being in the temple all over again was pretty nice. Oh, we saw Purge Trooper. A Purge Trooper showed up. I thought that was pretty neat. Again, I played Fallen Order, so I kind of got those little extras. Now, what I didn't like. There was a lot I didn't like about this. So the lightsaber deflecting was weird. Like Obi-Wan was deflecting the blaster bolts with his lightsaber, and he looked like he was just swinging it around. It didn't look like he was really, deflecting like how we've seen in previous stuff and like in the previous movies and such when they're deflecting blaster bolts. It didn't look like any of that. Or in Clone Wars when they're deflecting blaster bolts, it looked weird. It looked like he was just swinging at the blaster bolts. It was a little funky. That was a little wonky. I did not like when they were getting off the, the base, and he's got Leia on his cloak, and nobody batted an eye. Nobody looked to see this man holding a child underneath his, it is the most obvious person he is hiding underneath, and nobody batted an eye. And I'm just like, what? So that bothered me. The whole, what's her name, slapping a stormtrooper, and it, immobilized him. That was weird. That was funky. She, literally slapped him, and he's like, ah! And so I'm like, what? That was weird. I think Reva had maybe a little too much screen time. I'm not gonna lie, they have yet to delve into. I thought maybe, because we saw Reva and Leia interrogating Leia a lot in this episode, and I thought, okay, so this is, the development. This is where we get Reva's back. We got nothing. All we got was maybe the slightest bit of character from Reva saying, they torture you. But at the same time, that's not really much development, because we've heard this from the other Inquisitors. We heard it from Sheer. I believe that's her name. From back in the Jedi Fallen Order, that they torture you. We heard, from other Inquisitors. We also heard it from the other Inquisitors, who said they break you. Yeah. So that didn't really develop. She just sounded like the other Inquisitors. So that was very little development. I don't know what her end game is. Maybe we'll get more development on her. So far, she is bare bones. There is nothing. We just know she was an Inquisitor, taken as a Jedi, and turned into an Inquisitor. I worded that wrong, but she was a Jedi, turned Inquisitor, was tortured, and she's upset about it. So there you go. And maybe there's more to it, but that was weird. And then the weird thing about this character Wade, who I don't even remember. I don't even know. Maybe we saw him at the beginning. I can't even remember that character. It felt like the whole Suicide Squad thing where they're where Polka Dot Man was just like, so and so character's dead, and they're like, who? He was with us the whole time. Was he here? He was still with us? No, it felt like that. Like they were so sad that this Wade character died, and I'm just like, who? Maybe if you develop it a little bit more, or maybe they're just, I understand, maybe they're trying to get the point that, they were just at the point of, they're just trying to get people to survive, and they just lost one of their troops fighting, and he's like, so now here's the start of, the rebellion. I don't know. It was just weird. We never saw, maybe we saw this character for, a split second in the beginning intro, but, yeah, they were just sad this Wade character died, and I'm like, who are you? Who is Wade? Why are we sad? Who is this guy? Why is everybody sad? I understand you guys probably know, because those are the characters. Those characters knew him, but us as the audience have no clue who he is. And so I'm like, why? I should be sad. I'm sad your friend died, but I don't know him. It was just, this episode was maybe the weakest and my least favorite episode. Aside from the neat Easter eggs at the Inquisitor Temple, I was not a big fan of this episode. So that's pretty much it. That's my thoughts. Again, we got 2 more episodes, so they could definitely pick it up from here, and this episode was just... So, anyways, that's all I have to talk about. Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let's talk about it. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to blast that like button. As Universe, subscribe if you enjoy the content of my channel. And hey, hit that bell notification because I do upload daily. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. dbzmando, signing out.